Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mina and we are not doing a reading vlog today, which is pretty unconventional for me. This is actually going to be a book tag challenge type video, and I'm filming in my car because I am kind of like on the go today. I just went to, of course, get Starbucks. I just stopped by my sister-in-law's house and gave her a coffee. And I'm headed to my parents' house now. I just have to get gas. I was going to get like food and do this whole like fun thing, but it's kind of rainy and gloomy right now and I don't really want to be like driving around and searching for food and going outside of my car. And I don't really want fast food, so the only drive-through options are fast food. So we're just gonna film this video in the car and chit-chat with our coffees. Pretty good. They made it super sweet today, and I didn't ask for like a substantial amount of extra vanilla, which is weird. But anyway, I do want to get started on this video so that it's not just like a rambling mess. So I was tagged the other day by Heather from The Disney Housewife. Thank you so much for the tag, Heather. I'm really excited to do this challenge. And this is the Disney Princess Book Challenge. And basically there are 12 Disney princesses and prompts that go with each princess, and it is my job or my task to match the prompt to a book that I've read. So I've already like planned out my answers to this, and I have to say it was quite difficult for me to like match things to the prompts. If you don't know this, like I'm a huge Disney fan. I feel like a good amount of my subscribers here have probably come from the Disney Damsels channel, which I was a part of with my best friend Rowan. So I do love Disney, so this challenge is excellent for me. But I don't know why I had such a hard time fitting everything together. But let's get started anyway. I don't have the books with me, obviously, so I'm just gonna be talking about them. So the first prompt is Snow White, and it says your favorite classic book. So I don't read a lot of classics. That's why this one was quite difficult for me, but one classic that I really do love and enjoy is Frankenstein. It's still horror, so that's why I feel like I like it. And I actually had a chance to create a unit plan for this book when I was in undergrad in college. I was studying education, and one of our assignments was to create a unit plan, and I chose Frankenstein, and I literally fell in love with that book all over again after I created that. So that was nice. Number 2 is Cinderella, a book that you read way past your bedtime. This was also difficult because when I'm tired, I will just sleep. Even if I'm reading something, even if I love it, I will usually just go to sleep. But a book that I can remember reading kind of late was A House at the Bottom of the Lake, or At the Bottom of a Lake by Josh Malerman. And this is a book that I was reading during this 24-hour readathon that I did just by myself before I had a BookTube channel. And I remember reading that quite late and feeling scared because that book was super like weird and creepy, and I remember thinking like, am I gonna have like weird dreams because of this? But I did read that probably around like 12 a.m., which is not usually the time that I stay up until. Prompt number 3 is Aurora, your favorite classic romance. Again, I'm not a huge classic fan, and I'm not a huge romance fan either, so this was also quite difficult for me. But one classic romance that I actually do love is Jane Eyre, and by Charlotte Bronte. And this book I've read multiple times. I read it in high school, I read it in college twice, I think. I'm not even sure, I don't remember. So like probably 3 times. And the fact that I studied this book in college is really what made me fall in love with it. I love that this is a gothic novel, and even though it is a love story, it still has those creepy gothic vibes and gothic elements in it that make it so much more complex and interesting. And there is that mystery with Mr. Rochester's previous wife. So I do really love that book. If I seem distracted, it's because I'm literally just parked on a random street in front of like random houses, and I just don't want people to like walk by and see me talking to a camera and being weird. So that's why I'm doing that. The next prompt is Ariel, a book about making sacrifices and not giving up on your dreams. So I chose Jurassic Park for this book, and the reason why I chose this is because I feel like aside from the adventure aspect of this book and, you know, the sci-fi elements and the action and suspense, this book really is about John Hammond and his dream to create this theme park for children to love and to explore and experience, and I really feel like he sacrificed a lot in the end when it came to creating this park. And as he says, he spared no expense, so he sacrificed a lot of money, a lot of time. He ended up sacrificing so much more, like the lives of people. So I don't know, that was that was my pick for that one. I hope that that makes sense. The next prompt is number 5, and Belle, smart, independent female character. So for this one, I chose Annihilation, and I'm choosing this book because it is about 4 female explorers that are going on an expedition into this mysterious area known as Area X, where a lot of bad and violent things have happened, and nobody has like returned from this area before without having died or being changed in some way. And I chose this because our main character, she doesn't have a name, but I believe she's a biologist. I think that that's what her title is. She's not the psychologist and she's not the surveyor. So I think she is the either biologist or the anthropologist. I'm pretty sure it's biologist, but whatever, that's besides the point. She is a very independent woman. She ends up splintering from the rest of her group and adventuring on her own. She has this agenda to try to find what happened to her husband, who previously explored this area as well. And she's just like super strong and super independent. So I felt like she fit perfectly for this prompt. The next one I have is number 6, Jasmine. This one is a character who challenged social norms. I have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires because this book takes place during the 90s, and it's about this group of housewives who basically have their own book club, and it turns out that a vampire moves onto their street and they kind of have to defeat this vampire. And I feel like there's so much to be said in this book about gender norms and the role of the housewife and what she is able or capable of doing versus like what society expects of her. And I feel like the main character, the mother in this case, she definitely challenged social norms. Oh my god, is somebody like about to park? She definitely challenged social norms by becoming this like really strong, independent female lead, trying to protect her family, trying to protect her community. So I chose her for that. The next prompt that I have is number 7, Pocahontas, a book with a roller coaster ending. And I chose The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I would also say Home Before Dark, anything by Riley Sager, literally. But Home Before Dark, The Last Time I Lied, and Lock Every Door all have like whirlwind endings to me. They're super suspenseful. They were keeping me on the edge of my seat. He is like the master at suspense and thrillers. So literally any book by Riley Sager. For number 8, we have Mulan, a kick-butt female character. And I chose Amy Dunn from Gone Girl for this one because, I'm sorry, she's crazy, yes, but she is pretty freaking kick butt if we're gonna talk about that. Like, she basically goes on this whole revenge plot. I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, but she goes on this whole revenge plot to get back at her husband for cheating on her, and her revenge plot is pretty detailed and pretty sick and psycho and just brilliant. Not in like a positive sense of the word, but she's kick butt. Okay, number 9, we have a character that puts their dreams above romance. Again, I do not read a lot of romance books, so this was so hard for me, and I ended up not finding anything for this. But I do have an excellent movie recommendation for this prompt, and that's La La Land, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. That is a perfect example of somebody who chooses their passions and their ambitions over being with the person that they love. Excellent film. So I kind of broke the rules there. Number 10 is Rapunzel, a book that features an artist. I chose Little Fires Everywhere because in this book we have a main character named Mia who is an artist. Number 11, we have Merida, which is a mother-daughter relationship, and it didn't specify like what kind of mother-daughter relationship it is, and I'm the type of person who really enjoys the toxic kind of tension-filled mother-daughter relationship, so I chose Burn Our Bodies Down and Carrie. Both of those books have excellent, riveting, tension-filled mother-daughter relationships. And then lastly, number 12 is Anna and Elsa, a book with a good sibling relationship. So I read Stranger in the Lake a couple of months ago, and I do remember that book having a really strong relationship between our main character and her brother. He was always like defending her, on her side. He was trying to protect her from the crazy things that were happening, and he was helping her basically solve the mysteries that were going on in that book. So I chose that. Okay, so that is it for this video. I am sorry that I was all over the place and kind of a mess. I'm like rushing to do this because of like where I am right now. Literally, I kid you guys not, the freaking house that I'm parked in front of has a sign that says, "Smile, you're on camera." And like, yes, I'm literally on camera right now, but also that means that they have freaking cameras outside of their house, and it's giving me anxiety that they're like watching me. So I'm gonna go and I'm going to drink my cold brew. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. I tag anybody who wants to do this. Anybody who loves Disney and who loves books would probably enjoy doing this. So go ahead, consider this your tag. And I will see you guys soon in my next video. I hope everybody has a wonderful day today. Bye guys.